Fixing the things on my phone. It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
March 10th. I believe. Yes. Katie's here.
Hi.
I'm here. Shanahanigans live. We got delayed because when I first started the show, this thing popped up being like, oh, hey, YouTube Hangouts is in maintenance. Try again later. So we delayed it. And hopefully you saw that message. And hopefully you're here now. Our view count, I have no idea how it works. Usually people just show up. But until then, this is a live show. It's a learning show. It's an art animation show. It's also a musical show in a degree where we ask a question, a certain particular special question. We didn't ask this last time. I haven't done this in a while. I was doing some experiments today with this intro theme where I added some new notes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with lyrics and play them at the same time. Mm. Right. So let's see how this goes. Should be, maybe, is it, and especially today, this is a good question, is it recording? Is it broadcasting? It's time for
Shanahanigans live.
Is it? Do you guys see this?
Are we here?
We have a Q&A section that you can write on. If it is. It's episode 160.
I'm kind of half here. I'm in a bit of a fugue state, but I'm currently sitting in front of you guys.
Benjamin Boston is here because he says hooray. Benjamin, is this show live? As the next verse will ask. It's recording.
Benjamin, is it broadcasting?
It's time for
Shanahanigans live.
Okay, here's the part we're going to experiment. Shoot, how do I do this again? Okay. I'm going to do this slowly. What you going to do? You going to draw?
I'm going to draw Silly Kingdom designs.
Designs?
For book 3.
Okay. Oh, really? Ooh. Okay. Can I do this with the new notes I've added? Okay, let's see. He's going to draw new designs for Silly Kingdom. Dang it. No, how do you do it? No, wait. I got this. Sorry, guys, if you just joined us, I added an extra note, but I haven't practiced singing with this note yet. Because I want to make the song more dynamic. Katie's gonna... Wait.
This is a learning
Katie's gonna draw... How do I do it again? Oh, I know how to do it. Katie's gonna draw...
See, you're learning how to make a theme song live with us.
What the hell did I do next? No, that's not right. What did I do last time? There it is.
Oh, I like that.
Katie's gonna draw Thing of Silly Kingdom 3.
Yeah.
And then I switch to this one and go, Shaggy's gonna
Oh, I like that.
Okay, this is gonna sound so much better. Let me show you guys quickly. Oh. Wait. Okay. That's what I'm working on.
You got it.
That's what I'm working on.
You got it.
Is it recording?
It's
time for
our live show, which is called Shanahanigans.
Sorry for the delay because YouTube had some apparently pre-scheduled maintenance that we weren't told about. Fortunately, the length of that intro meant most people may have actually seen it for once. Because most people join after and go like, oh, there was accordion in this? You guys have some musical ambiguous skills? Sure. Welcome to Shanahanigans Live. It's Tuesday, late night, special short, awesome edition. Katie's here.
Hi.
Animator, artist, storyboarder, comic making person, her.
All those things.
Boom. All in one package.
Hello.
Myself, Shaggy Shan, from the internet. Or Toronto, Canada. I don't know. And we're here, we're here. Most of you guys probably know why you're here. You don't know why you're here. We're gonna talk to you, keep you busy. If you guys are drawing.
Like I am.
Katie's drawing. If you didn't hear through the song, she's apparently drawing stuff for Silly Kingdom 3. What? There's a script? Yes?
There is.
Oh my, we think we're just stopping at 2 because we're like, oh my gosh, finally done. Where's Silly Kingdom 2? You think we just sorry. You think we just no, this is Silly Kingdom 1. Where's the
Stop it.
You have 2 over there.
There's a bunch of 2s.
You think we're just stopping at this madness? Just because today was we finally shipped out all the remainders of the pre-order artist editions.
That's right.
They're all out there now. So if you guys have one coming, it's coming your way soon. You think we stop here? Heck no. Long while back, actually, a little while back, while we were still like finishing up this book, I've finished a draft of 3, so we're going to kick that around for a bit over the next while. We're not no dates, no promises, nothing like that. But for now, stuff's happening. You know, the cooking in the kitchen doesn't end with the breakfast. There's still lunch, dinner, and desserts.
Yeah, gosh, you gotta eat more than that.
Yeah, man. That's called the graphic novel kitchen, and that's how you make one. You got to fill it out with a whole day's worth of food. Let's take a look at who was here while we were rambling about trying to make an intro song. Which, oh man, I'm gonna get it right next time. We got Chris M saying, "Hi guys, keep me company as I try to get at least 8 thumbnails for Thursday."
Oh, good.
Get all 8 of them tonight, and you win. We also have my H saying, "We see you. We see your chats, Maya." Benjamin Boston saying, "Chicken and wheat bread applause." How's that work? What would that sound like? What's the sound of chicken and wheat bread applause? I don't know. I'll have to try that someday. There's actually a lot of chicken and waffle places popping up around our area, which is pretty sweet. There's a new one in Kensington called the Dirty Bird.
I feel like I need to. I feel like I haven't had a satisfactory chicken waffle yet.
No?
I feel like every time it's just a little bit dry.
The Stockyards? You haven't been to the Stockyards?
No.
It's really good. They have this like limey, mangoey sauce or something like that. It's really good. Got Alicia the Nun saying, "Hey guys, happy to see you guys. We're happy to have you."
Thanks for
And Andrew Murray, who always
hello,
needs his
Andrew
fix, says, "I
Murray.
see you too," and we see you as well, Andrew Murray. And we also have the chat open, or the Q&A section, which you can vote up comments if we're not getting to them yet. And we will get to them. Don't leave your comments, because we will get to you eventually.
Really comment.
Unless it's like a joke that's way out of time.
You know what? We'll go back because we
Yeah.
structure whatever.
We treat you right here at Shanahanigans Live. Chris says he's only on the third thumbnail. There you go. That's like a third of the way that, well, I don't know how much fractions that is. That's on its way there. Don't worry so much about it. Keep at it. That's what you gotta do. Keep at it. Let's take a look, see what's going on. So, if you joined us last time, was last time the first episode in a while? Yeah, that's why we're talking about Silly Kingdom so much.
Yeah.
So last time we talked about this book is finally available.
Finally available.
And I can't even. Why are these ones overbanned? Is this important?
Those are all the proofs.
Oh.
You can open it up.
But I don't want to mix it up with the rest. Okay.
No, they're all proofs. So
Okay.
Just,
This is what we were talking about. This book, this beautiful book, Silly Kingdom, New Student D, the second in the Silly Kingdom series, following up this fine quality product, Silly Kingdom, Alan Gilmecroft's 211th birthday, all available at sillykingdom.com. You can get both of them, of course. Now you can get them signed. That's what the customized edition means, is like a nice little signature on it, as opposed to us leaving it just fresh, because like you don't want anyone drawing on your book.
yes,
That's fine.
Clean book. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so this book is available now. It's also available digitally right now on our Gumroad. So head to sillykingdom.com, go to our story, and there's links all in the big cartel. I know it sounds complicated me saying that, but if you go to the website, it'll make all sense there. So there's many ways to get this book. But other cool stuff going on is we just got a review in from Michael May over at the oh gosh, I had it written down because I keep mixing it up. It's the School Library Journal. Or at the School Library Journal. He wrote a really nice review, and he actually went back and because he reviewed this a while back. He went back and re-reviewed this one and paired it with this one and made like a double review.
It was really nice. It was actually like a really, really sweet just end of the day thing. Like I came back all tired, and then you were like, "Oh, have you got the review?" I was like, "What review?" And it was just such a nice pick me up to be like, "Yeah, let's keep making comics forever."
Yeah, so if you guys are still on the edge, you're like, "I don't know, I've watched 160 episodes of this. I don't know about their books though." If you're still on the edge, go read Michael May's review over at the School Library Journal for Silly Kingdom 1 and 2, because it's glowing, it's delightful, it's such nice things.
Very nice.
We'll put it all on the cover.
Yeah, the entire
whole review. We'll just put it all on the back of the book. Like, there you go, just read this whole thing. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's very cool, and we're very grateful for that. And if you guys, start checking out the book, start telling folks the book is out.
Yeah, we'll be getting a lot of nice. Everybody's been sending us photos of the books arrived.
Yes.
So we get a lot of nice looks into your living rooms and your various houses. And
I like when people do that, because Katie also has for the artist editions, she did like custom drawings in the book, so people are sending.
Each one is unique.
Yeah, each one's different. So it's like, even if it's like similar characters and postures, there's something different
Even
in
if each one is the Prince reading a book. Each one is a unique drawing.
Yeah.
It's totally for you.
Yeah, original piece. So be sure to keep tweeting us those. Those are always fun to see, and we'll retweet them, of course, because we like retweeting things. Once again, at Katie Shy or at Shaggy Shan, or both. Why not? Let us both get into the tweeting action.
Yeah.
So that going on. Also coming up, end of the month. If you're in Toronto or in the GTA and you can make it to Toronto, being on Go Train or Viva or Rail the Sky or whatever the hell it's called, Super Skyway from Scarborough. Come on down on March 29th, which is a Sunday at 5:30 p.m. until 9-ish, give or take, to the Imperial Pub right at Yonge and Dundas, just a little east actually, but Yonge and Dundas. We're having a launch party, book launch. Gonna be so fun. We're gonna have a bunch of folks in there, a bunch of comic folks, a bunch of friends, everyone. There's gonna be prizes, there's gonna be little things to do. Drinks and food is all on you to figure that out. But it is a pub and it's got some really nice food. And we have the back room with the Imperial on the main floor. It's got stage, got projectors, got the works. I'm still working on the music playlist and things like that. But it's definitely going to be fun. So if you are in the city, be sure to come out, come join us. We'll have the shop open. A couple things there for you guys to pick up if you don't have a physical copy yet and you don't want to pay those dastardly shipping rates.
Dastardly.
Awful. If you want us to sign books and stuff, we can do that too. If you want us to sign them again, which people have brought our books to us for a second signing, I give you the combo ×2, ×3. Yeah. We've gone up to a ×3 at this point. If you want to bring books we've already signed, we're happy to do it again. That's always fun. But be sure to come check that out. It's going to be a really good time. Yeah, there's going to be some raffles and prizes and things too to give away. So bring sure to bring your wallets. Yes. Cash money. We'll try to have a till that can break most major bills. Most major currencies are accepted. And I guess we'll have the square if we need to, right? Yeah. Sure. Just in case. We got Chris M saying, I'm on episode 124 of your show, guys. You have to start making more episodes soon. Well, we're 160 today. You got 124. So as long as you're only watching one show a week, we'll be always ahead of you.
You'll never catch up.
You'll never get us. But if you're doing 3 a day like I do with podcasts when I'm really busy, then that's when you catch up and then you have to find a new show.
Actually, I do listen to a lot of podcasts in a day.
Yeah. My thing is I usually go back to the very beginnings of a podcast and then I'm 2 years behind on current events. But it's all the same to me because it's just Kanye said something. And I'm oh, he did in real time also. So it's nothing, doesn't matter if you're behind in a podcast. It really doesn't matter. The world hasn't changed too much. But then once I catch up, I'm oh shoot. And then I stop for a while because I listen to something else and then I'm way behind again. Then I have to catch up all over again. Yeah. And then sometimes those podcasts have a live show nearby. I'm oh, if I go to that, then I'm gonna hear things in advance. I don't know what they reference, and I don't know. I'm comfortable living in the past of a lot of these shows. It's a weird phenomenon. Blah 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 blah. Is there any more Silly Kingdom information? I just want to get all the shop talk going before we go into other stuff. Talk about the review. Once again, check out from the School Library Journal, Michael May's review. Really awesome. We also posted on SillyKingdom.com.
Oh, good.
Of course I do. I'm on top of this, man. I'm rocking SillyKingdom.com right now. I'm making all these updates, revising the visuals and stuff. Today was also major shipping day. Yesterday was supposed to be the major shipping day, but as soon as I got to the store flooded apparently. The shoppers where we like to ship, and it's just I was at the door with all of you guys' books, sweaty from walking in the hot, sweltering winter day that we sometimes have here. Just
I didn't even think about that. You had all that stuff.
Yeah, and I was just and I had to walk back defeated. Brutal. Apparently Chris is actually watching 5 episodes a day. Whoa. So I'm at school. Man, you probably know more in-jokes and references than we even do, because I have nothing.
Let me know if I say anything that could get me fired from any jobs.
Yeah, flag those episodes.
I can delete those episodes.
Flag those episodes. Has the quality improved at all is my major question. If you guys are also here and you got questions, be sure to throw them in the Q&A section of this Google Hangout, because otherwise we're just going to talk about the minimal life that we live. There's not too much to say. But speaking of being out today, I finally delivered all the books and I went to the grocery store because it was nearby. And I was, once again, my arms are always full of something apparently. So I had my arms full of my groceries because I had a bag in one hand and basket in the other. And I get to this, and I picked up a yogurt, an Astro line yogurt. And I get to the front, and there's a yogurt display, and this, I don't know if she was Greek, but just this lady was there, and she was promoting the Greek Astro yogurt and talking about how it's so much better than the stuff I have. And she had cups to give out. And I'm all right, I'm down for this. I'll take the blueberry whatever cup. And so I'm kind of holding this bag and holding this cup. I'm doing this crafty thing with my finger to eat with a spoon. But then she offered, she's oh, your hands are full. I could feed you for you kind of thing. And my civil reaction in life is oh, no thanks. And that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
But the improv in me, because I've been doing improv class, when I walked away, I'm I should have said yes. Because like,
did you go back like nah?
well, because yeah, like how good of a story is me being like, hey guys, I was at the grocery store today,
I
and
thought you were gonna
this
tell me that's
this
exactly
old
what happened.
lady was gonna feed me yogurt because my hands are full, and I said no, and then I went home. End of the story. Who knows what adventures would have came from her feeding a grown man yogurt in a grocery store if I said yes? And I'm like, this is like this conservative side of me I'm trying to overcome with these improv courses where I just want to be more, yes man, more spontaneous. Like I don't want to get in like risky situations and end up at like a friggin',
like some gangster.
we're all spinning the Magnum and
Yeah.
I don't know, and like what's it called? Friggin' I forgot the name of that game.
Rochambeau.
Sure, I thought it was Russian roulette or something. But Rochambeau sounds good too. I don't want to end up in a Rochambeau because I say yes to everything. But like that's just one situation where maybe who knows? Like you can get the spoon stuck in my beard, and we're like, whoa, would have been a much more interesting story. But no, I said no. That's the end, and this is where I realized like, where do your life stories come from? This is why my writing tends to be all the things I don't do in life. I write what would have happened if I did do it and give that for characters to be more spontaneous. I don't make up spontaneous scenarios. All my spontaneous scenarios that show up in my writing come from failed life experiences where things could have happened.
What I should have done.
Where it's like, hey buddy, you want to hang out and go to the pool, shoot some pool and wear hats and stuff? And I'm like, I don't know who you are, stranger. No. When I walk away, I'm like, no stories derived from this moment now.
Nope.
That just ended. Who knows where things could have gone. Could have gone horrible though. I don't know. Could like stab me with the yogurt. I get yogurt and Greek yogurt infection.
Should have gotten stuck in your beard and she'd be here right now.
We would have been merged as one. We have Andrew Murray saying, I think I saw a movie once that started with a woman feeding a man yogurt. Lots of, what's ... again? It's called, not parentheses. It's called, it's
dramatic pause.
No, there's a word for when you have triple ...
Innuendo.
No. There's an actual word for 3 dots. Andrew's gotten like full tilt. He's got like 6 dots. But what's the word?
Off the chain.
Oh, if you guys know it, I should know this because that's like my most common writing. We got Lil Armina joining us saying, hey there guys, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Always happy Tuesday when Greek yogurt is being forced into your face. Or would have. We got Brian Avenue saying, guys, I just got here. What is Katie drawing?
Brian.
Is it awesome?
Yeah. Well, I'm just doing little, I don't know, can I show this?
I don't know.
I'm just doing little costume designs for the princess for the next...
I don't even know what your designs are, but like I tend to go 100% with it.
Yeah, just figuring some shit
All right, so we got some costume designs because for those of you who have read Silly Kingdom 2, boom. So Silly Kingdom 1 is kind of like a good introductory to like all the characters you're going to run in. There's like 4 core characters. We're on the cover. We got the princess, the prince, Marcus, Alan Rickshaw. There's also additional characters like the king and Millsley who they kind of show on more on and off depending on what's going on. This particular story mainly focuses on the prince and Marcus and introduces a new character, but the princess makes kind of brief appearances. So to balance that out, and as I've already written the whole thing, the next story is mainly going to be focused on the princess, and we got some designs going on here. So, if you miss her from this book, don't worry. She's going to be running things one way or another in the next one. It's going to be fun.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited for it. It was a fun one to write. It was very exciting. And we also had some more new characters. Each time we're going to add some new characters for you guys to get to know. Because as Michael May's review said, all of our characters have very distinct personalities and very distinct. And so I'm like, oh, we're just getting started. We want you to have everyone's going to be, there's no copy pasta happening in this book. Everyone's going to be someone you could be like, oh, he has different interests. Interesting. Well done,
I'm interested
writer.
in his interests.
Yeah. Their opinions differ. Interesting. We got ellipses, says Benjamin. I think that's what it is. Ellipses?
Ellipses.
Yeah, it's ellipses is ... But then like the Andrew Murray version of it, which is like multiple ... It's like ellipses maximus. Or something like that. We got Yaiba also throwing in some ellipses. Everyone knows. I'm so big on ellipses. If you read a lot of writing, I actually had to start removing ellipses because I didn't like how one word bubble would end with ellipses, another would start with it sometimes. So like I wanted to make sure everything was more complete thoughts. Even though I like the idea of trailing off a lot or being interrupted. But interrupted is usually the dash when someone's cutting you off. Or you can like physically place the word bubble just above their word bubble. There's like a couple ways to do. Because the one thing that really grinds my biscuits is when you have an interruption in like a video game RPG or like anime, but it's so spread out where it's like, Shihiro, what are you? Shh, don't worry about it. You're like, nah. It's like you could have, like, if it was ellipses, it's like, what are you? Then that's fine. But if the other character is supposed to interrupt them, then it should be like the more dash, where it's like, Shihiro, what are you? Yeah. But I guess like when it comes to RPGs where it's like the interactive text of like text is showing up as well as the voice actors, there's really not too much you can do. Otherwise, like the text would have to be it's kind of one or the other. We got Chelsea Buchert saying, hey guys.
Hey Chelsea.
What's going on? We got Laura Armina saying, hey guys, if you would go to hang out with Alex Hirsch for like 15 minutes, what would you ask him? I would ask him, how did he achieve the level of godlike deityness to become the Lord among men of animation creation?
That's just awkward.
He is my deity of all.
No, you can't.
I
do that.
I wake up in the morning and thank him for each day.
You can't do that. You appreciate the stuff they do, and then approach him as another.
I only look at his Twitter icon because I'm not worthy to see his image, his likeness. Oh, Alex Hirsch, the creator of all worlds.
I would ask him for a job, but
yeah, me, I'd just be like asking him if I can like wash his feet and stuff like
Stop
that.
It! Come on.
Well, because the thing is, only now, like like I'm not saying like this. I'm like I was there first, but it's like there's this thing going on now where like all these people now who like they weren't talking about before are now freaking out about the show, and I'm just like I know right. But now I'm kind of the guy who's like falling behind because I haven't seen all the episodes, so I'm like, me too, guys, me too.
I like this show. Don't forget about little old me.
Don't forget about me who enjoyed it. Oh well. I just want action figures, honestly. I already have Gravity Falls action figures. I want my own.
Alex Hirsch action figures?
Yes. I want the Alex Hirsch figure so I can have one for my own. Does that answer your question? If you guys could meet him, what would you ask him? Like, have you heard about this guy from Canada who's just freaking out about you? Stay away from him. All right. That's the problem with me. Like, it's like.
But you're not like a fan, like crazy fan about anyone else.
No.
This is just like.
Like I went through my phases.
Creative crush.
I was, I had a huge creative man crush on Kevin Smith going through high school, and I still love his podcast and stuff. But like I've toned that down. Who else? I think I had a brief creative crush on Brian Lee O'Malley, and then like once I finally met him, and like sounded like an idiot, I think I had to get over it.
So basically, you just have to meet Alex Hirsch and be really awkward and feel terrible, and then you'll be over.
Yeah. That's basically the pattern. I have to make an ass of myself in front of all my.
You don't have to do that.
You know the song where they're who are they? The ones who sing. And they're like, don't meet your heroes. They also sang for like Scott Pilgrim and stuff like that. Is it my life?
Oh, it's Metric.
Metric, yes. In that song, they're like, never meet your heroes underwater.
I don't know how I didn't pick it up. You sound just like her.
Black sheep. I don't know. They sang some songs. The point is that line, never meet your heroes. And the weird thing is like there's a certain point where you become on the same level as your hero as a professional. So you're like, oh, hi, yes, let's draw and work together. But like, I don't run into my heroes on that level just yet because like I'm not in their field per se. So I only get to freak out or screw up in front of them. And that's my life. Underwater. Metric.
Close enough.
This is what I get for leaving Indie 88 in front of my kitchen on the radio. If you guys aren't listening, Indie 88, only channel I listen to because it's got all the bests. All the bests. It's got that weird one where it's like, all of your mind.
Where it's like all the like trumpets. Yeah. Have you gone outside yet today?
No, outside of shipping. We got Yaiba saying Metric. See? They know.
Yep.
What's that song I was just singing? You know where that's from? Your mind.
I don't know anything.
See, we don't know pop music.
I'm so tired. just had a 12-hour day.
I know, I've been talking about myself all the time. Do you want to? We'll read some of these chats. And do you want us to talk to you?
I can't actually talk
Embargoed!
I can't actually contractually say anything about anything I'm doing. But good stuff. Good times.
9 to 5. Katie's back in the work mode.
9 to 6:30.
9 to 6:30. It's a bit. We actually had before you guys got here. We actually had a Disney-esque song, which we unfortunately can't remember at all.
No.
But it was perfect. It was about going back to 9 to 5, and it was like amazing.
Yeah.
You guys missed it.
Oh, where did you find lunch?
We got my age saying it's okay, Katie. It'll make a great story. The time Shaggy made Hirsch feel very awkward.
I suppose.
Great. I need his legion of Twitter followers to be like, who's it? Who made our Lord and Savior awkward, as the prophecy proclaimed.
Oh, my Lord.
The bearded Canadian brought awkwardness upon Alex. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I thought they were talking about someone else when I read the prophecy. Oh well. We got Chelsea. Speaking of which, you know, I keep seeing the posts from. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be losing names again because I'm never good at names. She does like storyboards for Emmy Cesariga, like talking about upcoming episodes and doing storyboards and stuff like that. And I'm just
really
like,
want to catch up. So I don't watch those. Yeah, but I'm like, I haven't even finished season 1 yet. I'm so far behind.
Yeah, season 1's great. Yeah, we gotta catch up. And then everyone else is also freaking out about Steven Universe. The latest ones sound crazy.
Yeah, I'm
behind on that. But this is like Steven Universe week apparently. Every day's a new episode. It's gonna be nuts.
Catch up. I love that show.
Just my water.
So much. That's your water.
Yes. Is it my water? Underwater. We got Chelsea saying, once again, we try to get to every chat. So if we go out of order, don't worry, we'll get back to you. And you can vote. Chat's up if you're like, oh my gosh, this guy sings something amazing. I want him to see it. You can vote it up. We got Chelsea saying, in the midst of grade prep hell and about 100 other stress-causing things, I'm so glad I can tune into the podcast. How are you guys doing? Katie, how are you?
I'm good. I had a really great weekend, and
we'll get to that actually.
Stuff, and yeah, just getting back into the thick of things.
Well, all right. We'll talk about our weekend. We'll just read a bunch of these chats. We got Brian Evie saying that is Saint Vincent. Is that the song?
That's Saint Vincent. Okay.
Your mind.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a listen because I know she's been around touring and stuff, but cool.
This is like. My amalgamation of indie music comes from like sometimes listening and not while doing dishes and stuff, and I just pick up weird things. Like I heard this one song that I never knew the lyrics, but it's about like, "Where's my body? Where's my ghost?" Doesn't sound anything like that. But then there's the other one where it goes, "On tracks of the train, burner, 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 burner. I'm so excited. What should I be?"
Oh, I know that one.
On the tracks of a train.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't say
I love the tracks of the train.
I don't think it mentions
It's something like that. He rhymed train at some point.
Something about
tracks of the train. You're mine.
Stop it!
It all merges. Gosh. We got Chris M saying it's always been great. I don't know if this is reference to our episode. Oh yeah, it probably is. Yeah. Benjamin Boston also saying Ellipses sounds like a cool princess name. Could be Princess Ellipses. What was the other one?
She'd be like a super 80s princess.
Speaking of which, isn't
like
like
Felix the Cat movie.
Oh, I need to rewatch that.
Oh,
it's magical. No,
it's not quite what you remember it being.
Oh, rose tinted everything.
You might as well watch it. I remember I went on that retro bender where it was that, and then what was that Star Wars one? The Legend of Orin, Starfighter. Crazy.
That's my favorite scene of all time, where the good guys get like the treasure from the bad guys and they fly away in their Millennium Falcon ripoff. Yeah. And then they open it and they're like, there's a bomb in it. And then you see the outside shot of them flying back and just dropping it on the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind, it's probably a lot funnier, the timing of it, but they're just
actually,
like... Was it rotoscope? Because it has that kind of Ralph Bashki, mucky rotoscope kind of look, where everything's kind of like extra dark details in weird places.
Creepy aliens and stuff.
Also, it has my favorite, coolest moment ever, where like they're like, "We've got to dig up all these stones that, funny enough, look kind of like the hearts from the dragons in Escaflowne, but that's neither here nor there. Dig up all these stones and put them in the fire thingies." and they roll through the fire, and we give them to the god of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they did this cool thing where like, what's on the other side of the fire thing? And they bury themselves under the stones in like the mine cart, and they go under the fire, and they come out just perfectly fine on the other side. And they're like, the stones turn into gems.
Oh, yeah.
And I forget what happened after that led to them being in the Millennium Falcon, but
yeah,
it's a weird movie. Does anyone else? We've talked about this before. Does anyone else know this movie?
I had a really good nostalgia thing.
Orin, Space Dude.
Orin, Legend of Starfighter. The Last Starfighter, Legend of Orin.
Something like that.
Something Starfighter.
All I know is they made bread look really good because they're like,
they did.
oh, we got this bread and freaking chisels.
Oh yeah, and then the bad guys were like, dig up those crystals.
Yeah, and they have like the fire whip and the old man.
Yeah, and the bad guy like chokes people because he's like Vader.
Yes.
Classic.
I gotta rewatch that. We should watch it on a lark at least. Let's drink and watch it. All right, we got Benjamin Boston talking about the pedestal complex makes it hard for me to talk to people I look up to on social media. I get weird about like responding, even if it's like relevant to me when they post on social media, because I'm like, oh, who am I to reply to this? You know, like I actually kind of did a post because Kate Leth posted about all the animated series today, like
cool.
Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, and like in my mind, I also think things like Bob's Burgers, Archer, Being Puppy Cats, Bravest Warriors, and all this stuff. Friggin' regular show, come on. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write back. And I'm just like, we're in such a good time for animation right now. But then after I posted, I'm like, what if like animators see this and they're like, oh, wages are bad right now. What is he talking about? We're in the worst time. I'm like, no, I mean absorbing animation as a viewer. Oh God. No, I left it. And then she responded to it. I'm like, eee! So yeah, pedestal complex.
No.
I stack pedestals as a tower.
Because it's weird for people.
I'm the Rumpelstiltskin. No, Rapunzel, that one.
No.
Of the pedestal complex.
No,
and I let my hair down.
Everybody's just people.
That's
you guys talk to people like the people. I know I'm bad at this too.
But this is the interesting thing. Like a friend of mine talks about this too. How with Twitter and just social media in general, people are more the people you admire are more accessible. Like, not to say they're going to reply to everything, but they're more accessible than ever in that, like, everyone's there. If I want to write to Patton Oswalt, I'm not looking for his home address.
Yeah.
I could just tweet at him, and whether he responds or not is up to him. But it's like, it's incredible the accessibility we have right now, and that also humanifies the fact that we can all have this barrier of entry has been removed of communication. Like, we don't have to talk to an agent. We don't have to talk to, anyone in between. We just have to tweet. And make sure, I'm not saying like go out of your way to tweet everybody, but it's kind of like,
everybody.
Or do that. I don't know. But the point is, it's like, it's fascinating that they're so accessible as long as that actually is them. It's not like a fake account. Usually it says like the real Kevin Smith or that one, or what's Neil Gaiman's one? It's
what is it?
What's his account? Isn't it like I'm actually Neil Gaiman? It's something like
Neil
that.
Himself?
Neil himself. Yeah. Some people do a lot of those because like their names get caught up in advance.
Or like the real this or the fake this or.
Let's see. I used to have a pedestal complex with you guys, and I realized you were people, and I lost all respect.
Yep, exactly.
I guess so. Yeah. No, like that always blows my mind too, because like I myself am the most people of people I know. I put in as much effort as I can to make things interesting. And the most gratification I get is from people just enjoying stuff I make, and I don't personally need to be my face on the box. Like I'd rather my work be more recognized than myself. That's kind of like when like you meet the person who works on it, you're like, you're the one who did that, and it looked completely different than I thought. It's kind of like when we met Vasquez from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac or Invader Zim. We're like, we're gonna meet this messed up guy who has hooks for hands or something like that. And he's just like, he's just this dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
my image in my head was a lot. I was like, oh, he's.
He's just like a cool guy. He's just like has a wacky ass personality on Twitter and stuff like that.
He's a really funny writer.
Yeah, and Invader Zim is coming back from is it Image or IDW or who was it again? Boom. Who released that news? They're going to make comics. This is kind of we're in this interesting era of like a comic adaptation of a lot of things that either like a series was canceled or something like that. And this all kind of went back to like Buffy the Vampire Slayer stuff, where like there was no more seasons. And so they made official seasons. I'm actually curious about comics.
That because, I enjoyed the Firefly series, and I'm curious about reading the comics if they're good. If anyone can tell me
if it's canon.
Because I found I guess the movie was canon, but I didn't love the movie. But I'd like to kind of follow those characters around more. So if anybody recommends the Firefly comics, let me know. I'd like to check those out.
We got Alicia Danang saying, dude, I've been wanting to talk to people like Kate Leth on Twitter, but I'm too worried about coming across as a crazy fan.
You won't come across as yeah. I mean, just be nice. It's some people are. If you think you're being creepy, you're not being creepy. The creepy people are the ones who are like, so what's your house address and stuff. Like you're not gonna.
Can I sleep on your couch?
And like
I read your tweets.
Yeah, and if you enjoy her work, and like I know she'll appreciate. Just say if you like it, because we all just like it. It's just like, hello, I like your stuff. Like that's totally cool. Like you are not coming across as creepy. And I do find that's the thing. A lot of people worry like, oh, I don't want to come across as weird, but it's like, trust, you're not. It's like the crazies are like way out there.
Yeah. Like I feel like with me, I do like dipping the toe in the hot tub is how I do it. So I'll like something first, and then it's like once we get a little more comfortable, we do a little retweet maybe, so your name is kind of popping up a little more here and there, and then maybe a response. Who knows? You just kind of like ease your way in, you just kind of like work your way in the hat. Because then they'll be like, oh, this guy who retweeted me and liked my thing now actually says something. Yeah. It's like we're closing the bridge.
And that's when you send a giant 500-page essay about why aren't you my best friend?
Yeah, there you go.
So well.
But who knows? Like once again, everyone's just people in the end. Everyone's just people. But you also do have to appreciate they're busy people. Like the fact that they're making things that you enjoy means they're not always out there talking and hanging out. They're hunched over, working and drawing. So like the little time they have to respond is kind of like that's the time. Like the tweet you saw, that's like their spare time. Anything above and beyond that is like that's generous. To like do a whole chain of response. But who knows? Some people are just really good at social media. They're always just like ourselves. Like I tweet things every now.
I find I just need to stalk it.
Blah 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 blah. Let's see. This is cool. I don't know if this whole thing's crazy and out of control. What's going on here? We got like chats all over the place. Places here. I'm just gonna respect.
I think he's talking about stuff from the show, but it'll be spoilers if people haven't read it.
I think it's about the respect.
It's like a show from the 80s, but like if you read it out, it'll be spoilers.
Oh, is that? Did you see Auron?
That's what he's talking about.
Okay, because I know that's a major spoiler, but I knew someone got the choke at the beginning. I didn't know who it was. But I knew they liked bread, which was, I also liked bread, so I identified with that moment.
But
okay.
It's just plot.
Okay, we'll select and pass it goes. Everyone close your eyes. I'm going through Chris's comments. Close your eyes.
don't spoil this.
Oh, that's true. He does do that. He's awful. Chris, he was a terrible
film. You can watch it on YouTube.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, actually, before we go about stuff we watched, let's go to stuff we saw and experienced in real life.
Yeah.
This weekend was Video Games Live in Toronto. Now, Video Games Live, if you haven't heard of it, is Tommy Dellarico, I don't know what his name is. The guy who was from Reviews on the Run. He's composed music for over 300 video games, and he's been, for the last like 10 or so years, been doing a live show called Video Games Live, where a live orchestra accompanied by screens will play music from all your favorite games. And over the years, they've been adding different songs, keeping other ones. They've had live guests doing like YouTube celebrities doing special things, like the blindfolded pianists. These are the guy who plays like the Mario music. I don't think he's been on the show for the last while because like he was kind of the earlier days. We've had violinists, we have guitarists, we have singers from remix societies and things like that. And this was the show returned to Toronto again. It's doing its North American tour. They went off to like Ottawa right after, and I think like Montreal and things like that. And they're in Halifax for the next few days, I believe. But yes, we saw the show. Thoughts?
Loved it. Lots of fun. They played all the stuff I liked. I cried maybe 3 times because of beautiful music.
I cried during Metal Gear. I cried during Kingdom Hearts.
I cried during Kingdom Hearts too. There was just something about like that.
Because they showed Bambi all sad during the sad part of the song.
Yeah, but it's just like the music is really pretty. Yeah, a lot of beautiful. And then they played like I had such a great time that first time we went, so I was like, everything's aces. I'm happy, whatever comes, because I've already enjoyed this. But I'm really glad they played the Chrono Cross again, because that's a pretty song. And One Winged Angel was always fun, and like everybody's singing along to
Still Alive from Portal
was really fun.
The final.
I really enjoyed the audience.
They did a little Shadow of the Colossus, which was cool because Jerry just beat it, and like we were watching all that, so it's cool to see then play no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, and like show all the shots of all the giant Colossi and stuff. Like, what was another good one? They had. I always tear up during Sonic for some reason. Now I didn't even grow up playing Sonic, but like the choir all together goes Sega, and the music's like da na 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 da 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 da. Then it gets kind of soft. Na 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 na. I'm like, yeah, no, I tear up during Video Games Live a lot. Like I do like the movie tear. The single tear goes down my cheek. I'm just like,
it's like Frodo at the edge of the.
It's like he turns back. It's just like the single tear. Like, and I do that. I don't even know how to do that, like these child actors do. But during Video Games Live,
feeling a real emotion.
Yeah,
music is so powerful. It's amazing. The talent, the sheer talent, and just like the levels of sound, and it's so overwhelming. It's beautiful.
And if you guys like, once again, like Metal Gear Solid, that theme from Metal Gear Solid 2, when the choir kicks in right at the end at the build up, and they're showing footage from 4 of like old Snake and stuff, and once like the choir gets in, I'm just like, it is so beautiful. If you guys ever get a chance to go to Video Games Live, make sure you do any chance you get. It's a traveling show right now. It also does free shows at some conventions. I know at San Diego Comic-Con, there's ways to get a free show of it. We missed it this past year, and there was an outdoor version, which would have been really cool. But the previous year I actually got to go because of a wacky Assassin's Creed scavenger hunt I went on. But yeah, Video Games Live is a solid, amazing, and ridiculously fun time. People are waving their 3DSs in the crowd during like the slow songs and stuff, and you see like all the 3DSs light up. And you get all your street passes too, so you get lots of puzzle pieces. It's a good place to cash in on your puzzle pieces. We got Chris M saying Kingdom Hearts is a medley of emotions. I weeped openly with that game. I did too. What does this mean? I've got to meet your father. Beautiful lyrics. Beautiful lyrics. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby. The interesting thing is the Japanese version and the English version are lyrically a little different, because the Japanese goes da 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 da, but the English goes da 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 da. But then they both reach at da 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 da. It's interesting. Take a listen. We also have Matthew Pachon saying, "No snap! You guys went to Video Games Live, so lucky. I wish they would come down here where I live." Well, they do go all over the place. Like, there is one going to Ireland, I think. Look at the show listings and see if they ever come by your way. And you always have other options too. There's also like Final Fantasy orchestras, Zelda symphonies.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
There's lots of different ones that travel that are a little more focused. Usually it's just those two, but there was one other called Play, which was like a more formal Video Games Live. Because in Video Games Live, they encourage you to be loud and silly and yell things and have fun. I don't know if the other ones encourage that. Some of them are like, oh, no cosplay. And I'm like, whoa.
Wow, serious.
Because the Zelda one, we had full Skyward Sword costumes, and it was pretty nuts. Zelda was a fun show. That was like the Sony Center. We got Maya H. talking about the pedestal we were talking about, saying, I don't have much of a pedestal complex issue. They are people, but I rarely feel like I have anything to say to people whose work I like. They are strangers, after all, and often get lots of messages. But if I feel like I have a comment to throw, I might.
It is tricky, yeah.
Well, it's like
that, but
like in the early days of like, you know, people doing work, like every single comment is huge. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, someone likes my stuff. This is amazing. People are hearing it. But like, I guess like generally like when you get a huge following, like you have all these comments, it's like there literally is no time to be able to respond to each and every single one of them. And it's crappy, but it's kind of like for the possibility of this person to keep drawing and making things, they can't reply to everything. But don't let that think it's not appreciated when people still like send messages to them, because it still adds to the constant kind of reassurance that people are enjoying what they're doing. Just, you know, as opposed to like it being like dead silent after a post, you're like, oh, is no one reading anymore kind of thing. You know, so never feel bad about like if you don't hear anything back from like the people you send messages to. Like it's always, if it's read, like it's always about, you know, a bit of a validation, a bit of affirmation, a bit of appreciation. It's a lot of patience, you know, realization, meditation. Never a complication. We have Chris M saying, my friend went to the one in Ottawa. She said she had a lot of fun. Never been to myself. You should go. You meet cool folk. You sing along. There's interactive stuff. There's like a live Guitar Hero on stage for prizes. Cosplay competition. It's fun times. My Video Games Live is one of the best shows and will always be one of the best shows I've ever been to live, hands down. And I've been to like the Holtz planets. Dun 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 dun. Video Games Live kicks Holtz planets in the planets. You know what I'm saying? So like, Holtz is good too. It is Holtz.
It's Holtz. They
got nice planets.
They can be appreciated. They don't need to compete.
No.
They're each lovely.
Everything
for
is a
their own
competition.
reason. Everything is just great for the people that get to enjoy it because there's more to choose.
Holtz planets is pretty cool though, because you can go there all Fantasia style. Like they'll play, and you just close your eyes and think like, "What's going on?"
That said, I don't love going to the Toronto Symphony Orchestra for the reason of a song finishes and I want to like stand up and just be like, "Yes!" and then everyone's like,
"Oh yeah." Symphony culture is weird.
Until the end, because it's okay to clear your throat and like blow your nose.
Symphony culture is awkward. Because even we went to a performance of our friend like who was playing her instruments like with her troupe, and it's just like you're not, and they just did like Harry Potter, and you just want to be like the magic is real, but like you can't do anything. You're just like
It feels awkward.
As opposed to a nice golf clap at the very least we could have. But no, you have to save it because your hands might hurt by the crescendo. I don't know.
I guess.
But actually, right now, right after the show's done, go on YouTube and look up a performance of Firebird. There's one where the guy is like crazy sweaty conducting at the end, and it is one of the most like phenomenal performances of the Firebird. Not that I've seen too many, I just know it from Fantasia 2000. But like when he gets to the end, it's like bum 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 bum, and the drum goes bum bum, and he's just like dun dun. And when he ends, you want to just get up from your desk and just start throwing things. It's just like it's incredible, and like. And then you look in the audience, and there's like a couple of people who aren't standing. I'm like, you better stand for that! Get out! This was amazing! If I ever see Firebird live, I will lose it because that is a beautiful piece of music, and especially with the Disney animation burnt into my brain for it. It's like it's hard not to cry.
It is quite lovely.
Whew! Also, Yaiba's saying, I always break out singing the lyrics to Simple and Clean at the most inappropriate times, but I sing so enthusiastically, I get everyone into it.
That's good.
Even if they don't know the words. When you walk away, what does this mean? I've got to meet your father. I love that lyric. We got Megan Longley joining, saying, what music inspires you guys? Video game soundtracks.
Yep.
Boom.
Big time. Movie soundtracks. Celtic music.
Like the highwayman came riding.
Lots of stuff.
And he had a tricorn hat.
Musicals.
I don't know how it goes. Yeah. Otherwise, when I'm in the kitchen, I'll just turn on Indie 88, giving great music at home. Because that's just like where I'm trying to get my modern indie music tastes. But when I'm working, it's mainly just like soundtracks and like incidental music and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I don't know why. It's just like once again, like we grew up. Whenever we got our hands on an anime soundtrack like Ranma or Last Exile or something like that, it's just like that would be our jam for so long. And like our late night music would just be like soundtracks that you can then kind of picture other things happening or like create your own scenes, and that kind of helps inspire storytelling. We also have Chelsea saying, "Hi, Megan!" in all caps. So that's what we're up to this week. We also, at the show, the youngest of the Shanahans came down, Heather. And we went to the show with her, and then the other night, as an experiment, like me and her were watching, some Game Grumps, and we're actually watching a special where I think it was like Barry doing a behind the scenes how they edit Game Grumps in like Adobe Premiere, which is software that like I know my way around because that's my profession. And I was just being like, man, it's kind of cool that they just get to get to play a game, hang out and chat, and just kind of throw it in Premiere, cut it up a little, and be like done. There's more work to it than that, but I was just saying it's kind of nice that you can make it such a solid product in a real time kind of way, as opposed to having plan and script and stuff like that. And then we're just thinking about it, and then me and Heather were just like, we should do a let's play.
For real.
We should try a let's play. Let's try this. And I have the technology. I have a HDMI to USB importer. So we grabbed Katie, we dragged her downstairs, and
this personality.
And for 40 minutes, we played the only game that I had that was kind of 3 players with a story. New Super Mario Bros. Wii, or U, or W, I don't know what it is. New Super Mario Bros. U, I think it's called. And we just did 40 minutes of that as a let's play, and recorded it. And the one thing I didn't account for, I'm usually a stickler for audio when it comes to anything, but I didn't account for how much screaming was going to happen in this game.
Yeah.
largely by myself too, because like we'd be like falling off cliffs we didn't see coming because we're running ahead of each other and things. And so like it's not the best audio, which I apologize because I'm usually the one who's like really on top of my audio, but like the fact that I had to play as well meant I couldn't monitor it. But we did one. I don't know if we're going to release it. It was just kind of an experiment. I don't know if we're going to do more or anything like that, but I'd leave it to you guys. Would you guys be, if you guys enjoy us yapping now, would you be curious to see us playing games? Because I know like some folks enjoy Let's Plays, other people is not their cup of tea, but it's not necessarily something I'd make into a series or anything right away, but it's just something I've always been curious to try. Because like we enjoy games and we like talking while we do it. Whether that means like would it turn playing games into like work, that's the one like a hindrance that I hold back from like doing a lot of things like this, where it's like, oh, now we're gonna have fun again in front of a microphone.
God damn.
But I'll leave it to you guys. What do you think? I'd be curious to maybe after you see it, you'd be like, no, don't do that anymore. You guys, all you do is scream while you chase mushrooms off cliffs. I don't know. It's an interesting experiment. Going back to soundtracks, got Little Army saying Pacific Rim soundtrack always makes me feel epic, even if I'm just eating bread.
Nice.
Reset the bread.
Really likely got a sweet soundtrack going.
Yeah, I do. I actually sing my soundtrack, kind of like what you were saying about singing Kingdom Hearts out loud. Actually, here's the thing. In the shower these days, I'm practicing turning pop songs into operatic pieces. So like one of them is like I turned Poker Face into like a big like Viking opera. And I don't even know the words, but I do know the chorus. I don't know why I do it. It just works for me because it's like, should I do it?
You want?
I'm not in the shower right now. Join me in the shower, guys, and you can hear my performance.
Shower cast.
Yeah, the shower podcast. Let's do Let's Shower. It'll be my new podcast where I sing you my operatic covers of today's hit music. Is that something you'd want to listen to? There is technology. We got Chris M saying Swan Lake is my favorite classical piece.
Very nice.
I might be mixing that with Blue Danube. How's Swan Lake go? Is that? Or is that? No, that's Nutcracker.
No.
Which one? Wait.
Nutcracker.
Which one's is Swan Lake? No, that's.
No.
What the hell is Swan Lake? Write it in the comments. Go la 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 la.
Yeah.
We'll like figure it out. How does Swan Lake go? It's like the typical.
I've never actually.
It's the ballet music like they use all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, I just can't picture it.
How's Blue Danube go?
I think that's it.
That's Blue Danube?
Yeah, I think so. With skating music? I think that's Blue Danube. That's not Swan.
That's Blue Danube?
Yeah.
What's Swan Lake?
No!
Don't send us a link. We're going to figure this out in text. We got Megan Longley saying, I'd love to see you guys do a regular Let's Play channel. What game do you guys think have the best story? I don't know about story, but the game we grew up on was Secret
Monkey Island. What?
Secret of Mana was the game we probably played the most together
I could do
as
Secret
kids.
of Mana, but it was done so well the first time.
Yeah, we never
and
beat
they also
it.
had that. Yeah, we never beat it. And they also had that. What the heck was that show they made where they like made a series with the characters?
Oh, Secret of Mana Theater?
Secret of Mana Theater, where it's like
that was amazing.
They pretty much.
It was this Flash series we used to watch back in the
so
day.
Good because they
it was
used all
so
the sprites,
funny.
all the backgrounds, and it just like went off on a tangent.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was great.
And it was like the Garbage Day song, Go Me, Go Me, Go Me, Go Me, Go Me Day. It was, if you guys want a treat, first of all, if you want, everyone's all like, oh, you gotta play Chrono Trigger, it's the best RPG ever. No. Secret of Mana was the greatest action Okay, I'll make the discern. Action RPG. It was closer to a Zelda game in gameplay than, say, a turn-based game. But still, Secret of Mana was the greatest RPG on the Super Nintendo. It was 3 players if you got the multi-tap with your Super Bomberman. 3 players running around. I know it nowadays, if you're watching all these Let's Plays and stuff, people are complaining about the AI and stuff like that. Being like, it's the worst AI ever. We never knew because we had 3 players. or 2. And we didn't worry about the third one too much because you can swap. If you press select, you can swap the character you are all the time. And the music was amazing. It was.
It's actually we played silent. It was just this guy singing.
Yeah, and it was one of the few games that was like on the Super Nintendo. Like we didn't play too many heavy games, like Aladdin. It's not going to get too heavy. This is one of the few games that actually felt sad because like you get kicked out of your village at the beginning because you basically doomed everyone for pulling the sword out, even though no choice. And then the music is just like, wait, no, that's the theme song. What's the sad music when you're kicked out? No, that's the theme song is also incredible. I've heard orchestral version of it that goes.
Did they ever play that video games live?
No, that would blow my mind though if they did. But there's
crying.
another sad song.
Oh, that's what they played video games live. They played Monkey Island.
That's true.
And that I've never heard that before. Jared. I got so excited. I think I was like, Jared, I started shaking him. He was just like, I don't know what. Like,
there was bongos and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I think a previous video games live we went to was incredible because they had a violinist from YouTube. It wasn't Lindsay Sterling, but it was another violinist who she did a video with her and Navi kind of doing a playoff, and she reperformed that on stage. But then she came back for the encore at the end, and that was a violin, which is a part of like the original Chrono Cross soundtrack. But the Chrono Cross intro with the bongos and the violin is one of those beautiful pieces of video game music.
It was really pretty this time.
It's so nice.
They had that Viking Jesus guy, so they were doing it as like a electric guitar, which was quite pretty too. But it's like with the violin.
The violin is like tops. Right now, look up the intro theme to Chrono Cross. It is one of my favorite pieces of video game music. It is beautiful. We used to rewatch the trailer that came with like one of the PlayStation magazines or one of the Final Fantasy VIII discs or something because it came with a demo, and we just kept rewatching that trailer just for that music.
But I haven't even played that game yet. Maybe I should get that.
I thought you did. Surge.
No, I never played
like
it.
50 possible characters.
Oh, I might have rented it.
Yeah, you played it.
Couldn't actually play it that. Oh yeah, maybe.
You played it.
I didn't beat it.
Of course.
I didn't get very right.
Those games are too big to be on like a Blockbuster 3-night rental.
It was like you get a taste. It was like yeah, I know. It's like when I rented Final Fantasy VII.
You usually have to end up buying the RPGs you.
And then I was going around finding like a dress for Cloud and perfume and fancy
like, I need to own this.
This is a game I have to buy. I'm sold.
Did you watch that review of Final Fantasy VII I posted on your wall?
Oh,
a
not
recap.
Yet, no.
It's Swootie's recap of it, and it's just like completely inaccurate. It's great. We got my H going back a bit with votes of 3, saying yes, please. I like Let's Plays. It's fun to listen to people chat while playing.
Ouch.
The only thing is like our setup isn't too great because it was like a kind of it's not a sound tight room, so it's a bit echoey. And I actually went in today and tried to get rid of all the clipping audio of us screaming whenever we're falling off cliffs and things. And I actually didn't do a bad job. It was not bad. I did a repair through Audition. It seemed to be fine. It's not great. It's still kind of warbly. It turns like anytime we yell, it turns into us underwater. It's like, but it's kind of like what Toad sounds like when he's inside the bubble. And it's like,
yeah, it's accurate for this game.
We got my H also saying, I now imagine a fancy symphony-like audience sitting outside Shaggy's shower. Between the songs, there will be just coffee and silence.
Yeah.
Must save strength through the applause.
That's perfect.
So like in between shampoo and conditioner, it's just. And I'm just like, all right, next Lady Gaga cover, I guess.
Perfect. That's so good.
Hi, Chelsea, says Megan. This is from a while back. Chelsea and I are from the same class.
Oh, nice.
Boom, connections. This show is like 2 degrees of Shanahanigans live.
Yep.
We got Chris M saying, yes, it'd be something else I can listen to as I do schoolwork. Yeah, I don't know. You might want to not wear those earphones that go into your ears. You might
you want volume.
You might want those cans that you can put outside. I'm still considering. Like, I'm also considering, should I do it like cut up into chunks or leave it as like a 40-minute video? We got Chelsea Bugat saying, Megan, my precious classmates. Heart. What class is this? This is like fun class.
Sounds like fun class.
I miss fun class. Damn, we talked a lot about music.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to.
And yogurt feeding. Quick recommendations. We finally started watching Danger 5
Yes.
On it is the greatest thing. So to give you the preface, if you know things like Thunderbirds, International Rescue, the old marionette shows, it's of that kind of. It's not a marionette show. This is live action, and it's of that kind of attitude. But it's basically shot like it was shot in the '60s, like '60s Batman. It looks like perfect verbatim. It's like all the scenery shots are little models and things like that. It's an Australian-made show of this like international rescue team who are trying to like take down Hitler, but in the '60s.
Oh God, kill Hitler!
And go watch the trailer right now. It is one of my favorite things right now.
It's
it is
really
so
delightful.
It is so good.
It's such a funny show. It's like little humor bits that they just throw in that are just ridiculous. Ugh. And the acting is really funny, and everybody's got like different, like everybody speaks different languages, but they all understand each other.
Yeah.
Too.
The sets are great. The plots are ridiculous, and like going back to audio, it sounds like a '60s show. Like everything is filtered in such a way and colored in such a way that it looks like it's old. But and everything, like all the models have strings and stuff like that. But it's done in a genuine way. It's not necessarily trying to like mock the conventions as much as just like do the conventions.
Yeah.
And so it's really fun that way. That's something I'm really digging. So you guys should check that out too. It's Danger 5. There's a season 2 out now, which I haven't seen yet because we're still going through 1. And I think it's more set in the '80s. Like everything looks more '80s, high school, university kind of comedy. But I'll get to that later. I guess we only have like one more episode to watch. It's on Netflix US, I think, or you can watch it online. No, it's not online, but there's actually commentaries, like brief commentary clips of each episode on YouTube, which is kind of fun. You get to learn a couple things. We got Megan Longley saying, Capilano University's commercial animation class is our class. We hail from Vancouver and graduate on April 24th.
Hey.
Well, congrats.
Excellent.
Just in time to go to VanCaf.
That's right.
With your graduation money. That's what they give you when you graduate, right? Friggin' the university's like, now here's your money.
Well, they should help you find jobs.
Right.
Which
come to
should give you
VanCaf.
money.
We'll be there. We'll be there with these. The book is Silly Kingdom. A new steed indeed. Once again, check out Michael May's review. We just posted on our Twitters and on sillykingdom.com. Such a nice review.
Yes.
And I want you guys to get a chance to read it yourselves too. So if you want digital copies, that's available at $2 on our Gumroad site. The regular book is $6 plus additional shipping, of course, for where you are. Everywhere, assuming it will arrive in your country in one piece. That part is up to your postal system, but we do ship everywhere: Canada, US, international. So everyone can get a book, and I want you all to get a book. We also have Megan saying, have you guys been watching any new anime lately? No. Can I get any recommendations from you? Oh, okay.
Nozaki-kun.
Girls Monthly, Nozaki-kun. If you want,
it's about a guy who draws super sparkly shoujo manga, and he's so just like deadpan all the time. And then the young, I guess, protagonist, I don't remember her name, but she's like in love with him and gets roped into being his like comic assistant.
She becomes his anchor. So if you want lots of jokes on actual comic making, this is a really funny series.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of it yet, just like the first 3 or so episodes, but I've also been seeing a lot of like tumble clips that are just like makes it seem even more amazing. So but enough about that stuff. We're talking about Silly Kingdom, a new steed indeed. If you love or hate unicorns, this is for you. This is for you. Because it's full of fun. And of course, we do have our launch party. If you're in the Greater Toronto area, we have a launch party coming up on the last Sunday of March 29th at the Imperial Pub in the back room. We got a stage. We got lots of fun stuff going to happen. This is going to be on March 29th, 5:30 till 9-ish or whenever.
I think the show starts at 7-ish, so doors open 5:30. We'll be.
It's mainly a mingle. It's mainly just a meet and greet, like hang out with people. We'll have a shop there. We'll have some little things to do. We'll put on a little stage to do at 7 Q&A. Well, we're going to kind of wing it. It's based on what people want, But yeah, we'll have prizes and things like that too. We got Galaxy saying in Canada they give you money for graduating. I'm starting to feel the U.S. is really third world. I don't want to burst your bubble with that. That was a lie.
Yes, don't listen to anything.
I just thought it'd be awesome if they did, because that means they'd have lots of money for VanCaf.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
Shell it out over everyone in the art house, the roundhouse.
It's like, congratulations, here's $1,000 to spend on comics. Only comics.
That'd be so cool. It's like your graduation comics bursary and Independence comics bursary, Shanahanigans bursary. It's like, go to the Shanahanigans booth right now and buy all the books. Megan says, oh yes, I've been watching that one all the way through. It's so fantastic. Well, beyond that, we don't know too much other of the anime.
I heard Princess Jellyfish is really good. I haven't watched it yet, but it's like a bunch of nerd girls living in a complex. And all they're different. They're all into different geeky things, and I want to watch it, but for some reason Netflix wasn't working the subtitles well. But someone said that was a really good show to watch dubbed. So I've
been meaning to watch Parasite because I love the manga from way back when. I read that when like Mixine first came out, which is like 96 maybe. So like the fact that there's an anime of it now, I'm like excited that the animation has like improved so much that they can do a lot of the crazy stuff that happens in that book. I don't know if it's comparable or if the story's different, but like it's a really good manga. It's one of my favorites that portray character evolution.
That one broke my heart.
No, it's so many sad moments.
Brutally sad moments though.
But I'm curious to see the show. You know, it's a little gory.
It's pretty.
Very gory.
It's pretty violent.
On the same tone, a lot of people are liking Tokyo Ghoul as a manga. I don't know if the series is completely out yet.
I don't know if I can watch that one because it sounds really gory.
Yeah.
Did you read that? There was the article that came out on Boing Boing about that American animator who was working on anime, and it was just like I mean it was his experience. I mean, it sounds like people who've been talking about it sound like it was pretty indicative, I guess, of the industry, or maybe it's just like the studios he was working at. But it sounded like a pretty brutal work environment, just in terms of how much is expected of them. But it's like you're working on projects you really enjoy, so I think it does seem to be you sacrifice some of your well-being to work on some really, truly crazy art.
Yeah, I didn't read the whole article, but do check that out. It's about a North American animator working in Japan.
It was an interesting read. It was just
very
a little sobering.
Quickly, Megan says, Princess Jellyfish is one of my favorite anime of all time. I recommend it wholeheartedly. It makes me feel so inspired and happy. And also referencing the fact that when you graduate, you don't get paid money.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly, no, they were just joking. No one gives you money for graduating, if only. Saves at the school debt, if only.
Job.
Well,
they ask for money.
School debt doesn't feel as heavy if you have comics. That's all I'm going to say. And Galaxy also says, did you watch Steven Universe last night? We're behind, no spoilers. We're going to get out of here now because Katie's got to get ready for the next day of work. So once again, Silly Kingdom, a new Steam Need is the book that you, your family, your friends, and your enemies all need. Go to sillykingdom.com to get your copy, digital and physical. There's also signed editions we should get out for you if you want a little unicorn drawn in there. Fun for the whole family. Family friendly, unicorn friendly or not, I don't know. It's all good stuff. Live show coming up at the end of the month. Book launch March 29th. Be here in Toronto to join us 5:30 to 9-ish or so. There's going to be prizes and fun times and drawings and stage things. Great. Katie Shy on the Twitters and the Tumblrs. Shaggy Shan on the Twitters and the Tumblrs. Anything left?
I don't know what's happening this week. You're going to assign a thing.
Tomorrow, Chip Zdarsky is at No One Writes to the Colonel on College doing a signing for the Howard the Duck that's coming out, as well as the second Sex Criminals book. If you're in the Toronto area, come on and check that out. I believe it's at 6 o'clock at College. There's lots of good food there because it's basically Little Italy. Can't go wrong in Toronto for food. That's all I got to say. It's a great place to go. Always eat the food in the face, which I want to do because I haven't eaten all day. But I did buy one of those salad bags that came with the stuff you put on it.
Oh, good. Which one did you get?
Japanese one with the pineapple.
Oh, I just picked that up for you,
really good.
too.
We'll eat more tonight.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys, for sticking around. I'll keep you posted on if we will release that Let's Play. I don't know if Nintendo will allow me to, but as long as I'm not making money on it, maybe they won't care. I don't know. We don't monetize any of our stuff because we're free spirits that way. I don't know. Maybe we're fools. But anyway, check out
business classes.
Maybe we need to learn how to make money from the stuff we do. Be sure to go to the website, sillykingdom.com. There's also our Facebook page for Shanahanigans where we post most of our updates, even though Facebook won't notify you because they want us to pay them. Once again, more business stuff. And beyond that, I hope you guys had good fun tonight. The show may be fluctuating because Katie's got full-time hours again. We'll keep you posted. Best way to find out is follow the Twitters, follow the Tumblrs, follow the Facebook page, and follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Yaba says thanks you, Shanahanigans, and thank you for joining us. And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
Ciao, ciao.
See you guys next week. Keep creating things.
Yeah.
Put it online.
All online.
And tweet your heroes.
Yeah, just say hello.